Hey, what's up, everybody?
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
Absolutely. We are so excited to be here one more time with another episode of Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon, where we're just real people.
Hey, dealing with real issues.
Absolutely. So listen, we are so excited. So you guys use this opportunity right now to tell somebody
Tell somebody.
that Josh and Sharon is on with another episode of Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon, where we're just real people.
Hey, dealing with real issues.
Absolutely. So Sharon, what's going on with you?
Hey, I'm blessed. How are you?
Doing pretty good. What we are talking about today?
Hey, today we're talking about overwhelming.
Overwhelming. Yeah, just plain and simple, overwhelming. Yes, I'm serious about it. You guys trying to pay down this debt, trying to build up 3 to 6 months.
Emergency funds.
Yes. Investing,
That's right.
college.
Yeah.
What else? Purchasing.
Yeah. We have a new adventure coming up. Something new.
Yeah. We got some things in
New
the works.
assignment.
Absolutely. So things can become overwhelming,
Yeah, you're trying to juggle everything.
and it's just we just need to, I guess, talk about today of how we deal with
Being overwhelmed.
Because we can have our endeavors to do so much,
That's right.
and it can become overwhelming. So
Yeah.
I'm ready to dive into this thing. Sharon, you ready to dive into it?
Hey, if you ready, let's go ahead.
All right, let's talk
Dive
about it.
in.
Let's talk about it. So yeah, so dealing with this overwhelming, in all sincerity, when you're trying to pay down debt and you're trying to, accomplish some things in life, and majority of life seemed to have been where you was just like um, paying bills and working and just doing life.
Yeah.
And a lot of in a lot of situations and a lot of occasions that have hurt a lot of people in life by just working, paying bills, and just doing life. And a lot of people have accumulated a lot of debt behind it.
Yeah.
And then, somewhere in a person's lifetime, they come to a conclusion that, their individual giving time in their life, they come to a conclusion that, hey, I need to kind of clean some of this mess up.
Yeah.
So when you clean it up, you got all kind of people and predators, lenders, and different, companies and things that's after you. You know, you got debt cleanup people. These people can help you with your debt. You trying to do it on your own, reaching out to the three credit bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, and you reaching out to them, trying to, do letters to get things off your credit. You trying to get hard inquiries off your credit. You're trying to figure out why you got this medical bill. Where did this bill here come from? I thought my job insurance was supposed to cover that bill. Why is this bill coming to me? I thought I had paid my copay on this doctor visit. Why I'm getting the bill in the mail? Y'all, I'm overwhelming y'all just even telling you this, ain't I?
In moments like that, I believe we should have some type of balance.
Absolutely. We should have a balance. We should be able to have a balance and be able to balance it all out.
That's right. Like plan it through,
Absolutely.
what steps you need to take to bring about a balance.
Some things got to be prioritized.
That's right.
Right.
Write it out sometimes.
Absolutely. Write it out,
That's what helps me by writing it out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So write it out. Know what you're going to deal with first, what's most important, what's least important. Not
Then
saying that.
tackle it in that order.
Absolutely. And not saying that some things are least important than the others, well, I guess I am saying that. But I'm saying, not saying that some things are not important, because all is important.
Yeah.
When you're trying to organize your life.
That's true.
And you're trying to command control over your life, right?
That's right.
Instead of the things that's happening in your life controlling you.
Controlling you. Yeah.
Absolutely. So you're trying to, command that control over your life. So when you're commanding that control over your life, some things we just got to prioritize.
That's right.
I'm a firm believer in that. And if we don't write it out,
Mhm.
then
then you find yourself in those places or times of being overwhelmed or stressed.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I get overwhelmed easy, stressed easy. When it come down to dealing with just trying to keep things, you know,
Together.
together. And the most over, keeping it together. If you really get serious about your life and what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish and your purpose in life, because you got to have purpose. We'll come back to that.
Hmm.
But in the initial, getting it all on, because you're used to living, just kind of paycheck to paycheck or whatever you can, paying your bills or whatever you have, and with
Not
some out
able
of
to
the
have like
kind of
wiggle
dysfunction.
room.
Yeah, kind of it's almost like dysfunction.
Uh-huh.
And then you try to bring order to your life. And you bring order to your life. That initial part, what kind of be the most stressful part, just trying to organize it and get everything lined up. I think once you get it lined up and get everything, you dot your I's and you cross your T's and you got everything spelled out. If you stick with it,
Mhm.
then you can get through it. But the
Yeah.
minute you veer off course, then you kind of
Going back to step one.
I agree. Um, Purpose. Everybody got to have purpose in their life. And you have to understand and identify and know what your purpose is in life. And then once you know what your purpose is, then you can, you can write the vision and make it plain. I don't believe you could write a vision about anything if you don't know what the purpose of that thing is. Right.
Yeah. You gotta know where you're going.
Right. And being, when you're seeking out purpose and you're seeking out, your path in life and what you ultimately want your life to be, at retirement and when at that age where you want to just sit down and relax, you know, you want to be done had, establish order in your life and have your life going, and the kind of what of I kind of use I guess an old word systematic, you want to know what's going out, right?
What's coming in.
And what's coming. You already know. I always tell people, y'all, you know what's coming in. You know when somebody owe you some money. You know what's coming in. But a lot of times where we err at, I think, is when we dealing with what's going out. We don't tend to keep a good record on things that's going out. People don't, they don't keep checkbook, books anymore. And when you writing checks and hardly nobody writing checks anymore. Most people just swiping their cards. And I think that's a setup.
Yeah.
It's so easy and convenient just to grab that card out your wallet and just swipe it. And I see people all the time, and I have to raise my hand, and I have to admit that I have been one of them that I swipe my card, and the cashier say, "Would you like a receipt?" Oh, don't worry about it. I think that's one of the biggest mistakes that we can make. And then when we say don't worry about it, because to us it's just a little old transaction, ain't worrying about it. But then when all that stuff add up through the month, and then you might have a couple of larger transactions here and there, and then you're like, well, where this charge come from? I don't remember this here. Well, and then you're trying to, you rat racing in your brain, trying to figure out all these different charges and different things that done apply to your account, and it becomes overwhelming
It can be. Yeah.
when you should have just did a ledger, right,
Yeah. Yeah.
from the get go.
From the get go.
Hmm. And did what? Just
Scratching off what you had, the purchases that you made.
absolutely keep a track of it.
Mhm.
And I think it's too easy. I think it's too easy for us to just write something off. Oh, don't worry about it. Throw the receipt. Or if you get the receipt, you don't even keep up the receipt. You
A
take the
lot of that
receipt and
has
put
to
it in
do
your
with the
bag.
timing that we're in.
Yeah,
Everything is going back to, electronics.
yeah. But that's
Computers.
even the more important why people better keep up the receipts. Yeah. And I get that too, because some people don't even get keep up with paper receipts, whatever. But and they say, well, the transaction goes to your account, whatever can be. But yeah, you ain't keeping up with that either, hardly. You know what I mean? You don't know what the transaction go right back to your account, but then you still go look at your account like, man, where that charge come from? I don't remember that. But if you write it in your ledger,
Yeah, no,
is it
yes, yeah,
ledger?
no.
It's a ledger, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We ain't did it in so long. Hey, y'all, look, listen. I tell y'all all the time, we're just real people.
Hey, dealing with real issues.
Absolutely. We don't act like we got all the answers. We don't have all the answers. This
No,
show
we
is not
don't.
about us having all the answers for every topic that we bring forth. we know somebody that got all the answers. That's
right.
Christ
Christ
Jesus.
Jesus.
But we don't have all the answers, and we just like to have conversations, just talk about, real life issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just on this real life issues. Let's see what Miss Katrina got to say about it. We'll be right back, y'all.
Thank you for tuning in to today's podcast with Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon. They truly appreciate your support. Thank you for following them on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, subscribing to their YouTube channel. If you would like to make a contribution towards the podcast to further its reach, please feel free to do so with Cashapp, $ Let's Conversate. Again, thank you for watching Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon. Back to today's podcast.
All right. So yeah. So anyway. So yeah. Ledgers. If we want to stay away from being overwhelmed
Mm-hmm.
when we're dealing with our finances, whether we saving, paying off debt, it's best to organize it. Organize and prioritize. That's a good combination to put together. Organize and prioritize. Right.
Yeah. That's right.
Organize. Put things in organization. And then once you do that, that come first. And then after you organize it, then prioritize. Okay, this I need to take care of this first. This should come second. This right here can kind of be put to the back burner. So we'll hold off on this for a while we get rid of this. And then once we start getting rid of some things and organizing some things and cleaning out, it's like spring cleaning. My mama used to go, all year doing the normal cleaning stuff. And then there was a certain time that when we was young, and I always remember being around springtime that, she'd get us all up and, she'd have us doing all kind of stuff, man, stuff that we weren't with, like cleaning windowsills and wiping baseboards and all that stuff. They call that spring cleaning,
It is.
so that's what we had to do sometimes. We had to just, do a spring cleaning, in our
See what needs to
see what
go.
needs to go. Yeah, stuff we've been dealing with so long, holding on. Some things that we just dragging out payments on, the little cell phone that you might still owe $130 on that you just paying $10 a month on.
Yeah,
Sometimes
go
you
ahead
just
and pay it
gotta
off.
spring clean that out of there.
Yeah.
Free up some money. Your money is your biggest asset, right?
That's right.
Your paycheck. That's your power in your finance world. That's what you use to command and to obtain and to discharge anything that moves through your life when it comes down to finances. So the more you have going out and the more you delegate to on the people, the less you got to save and less you got for yourself. So my whole thing is I want to get rid of, owing my money out to everybody. I want to have more for myself. So sometimes I need to do a spring cleaning, and every now and then, go back and check and see if it's something that's time to get rid of instead of holding on to. So, that's just how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, that's how. Yeah.
And I think, if we do that, we will be, what we got here. Okay, we still recording?
Mhm.
All right, good. So I think if we do that, we will be less overwhelmed. We will be less, frustrated, less aggravated, less pressured.
Yeah.
Because when you pressure, it brings stress. And when stress
And
brings,
anxiety.
oh man, all that stuff, man, bad health, good wealth is good health.
That's right.
Absolutely. If you ain't in good health, it's hard to keep up with good wealth. The wealth ain't gonna sit around and wait on you. Wealth like to be spent.
That's true.
Yeah. So you can't let your money control you. You got to be in control of your money. It's time. So yeah. So listen, let's move on with this don't forget to pray moment. And then we'll come back on the other end of this. Don't forget to pray moment. Hey, it's another segment that we added to the show. It's your Don't Forget to Pray moment. We got Sharon over here. Tell them why they don't need to forget to pray.
Yes. Today's Don't Forget to Pray moment is brought to you by All Things Wealth, where you're in control and not being controlled, where your money works for you. and not working for the money. Also, I have a scripture for you today. It is Proverbs 3:5 through the 6th verse. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. Also, I want to let you know that throughout your day, put prayer in it. When you wake up in the morning, begin to command your day. And I tell you that your day will go smooth. You just got to know that God is in control and that he will see you through. Now, back to today's podcast.
Absolutely, absolutely. Hey, don't forget to pray. Prayer changes things. When you feeling overwhelmed and you
Take
feel
it to the Lord in prayer.
yes, you can't defeat that devil on your own. You can't do it by yourself. You need help from the Lord.
That's right.
He will see you through. So
He will.
listen, no matter what go on in your life, what go on through your day, don't forget to pray. So yeah, so listen, you guys. Yeah, dealing with finances is just be overwhelming. Dealing with pretty much a lot of things in life, if you don't command control over it, it can be overwhelming.
It can be.
And we don't want to be. Our goal, the whole goal is commanding your wealth and commanding your life, is to not have those different feelings and the anxiety, stress, the overwhelming, because we know all that stuff leads to bad health, right?
Yeah.
And
it
overall,
does.
we want to be healthy people. Well, we want to live a victorious life. We want to live a life that's pleasing and acceptable unto God. So all this stuff works hand in hand. So I feel like if you get control over, one thing
Uh-huh.
and you command control over it, it presents good habits,
It does.
and it's like a domino effect, and it goes to the next thing.
That's next.
You
Yeah.
know, so if you work out and you exercise and you see your body changing, you're looking good. 9 out of 10, you won't want to wear better clothes. You're gonna pull your clothes up on your belt. You're gonna tighten up your belt. You're gonna feel good. Your head gonna go up higher. It's all a chain reaction.
Yeah.
One thing leads to the next thing, and that's the same thing with wealth. That's why people teach you, and we believe in. You prioritize things. You do one thing first, and you move on to the next thing. That's why it's important. To command your wealth is to pay off your debt first.
Yeah.
And when you pay off your debt,
Then everything else will fall in place.
it'll fall in place because you don't owe nobody. Your money is your power.
That's right.
Your money is your power in the wealth world. You know, command your money, less you paying out to other people and making other people rich, and everybody else flying around in their private charter planes and all that stuff like that.
The more you can be a blessing to others.
Yeah, yeah. The more you have to be a blessing, the more you have to pay off all your other debt, and more you have to put into savings, the more you have to have that 3 to 6 months emergency fund. You know what? I'm telling y'all, I have not always had a 3 to 6 months emergency fund, and I'm telling you, once we start getting that emergency fund together, that's one of the most relieving and unpressured, depressurized feelings that you can have when you know that no matter what, without a shadow of a doubt, no matter what go on in life, if something happens, you have resources, you have funds that's put aside
for those emergencies.
Absolutely, for that what I like to call when life happens moment.
Yeah,
because we all know life happens, so things happen in life. So when that life happens moment happens, you'll be better prepared.
Yeah,
You won't be caught off guard. You won't be stressed out. You won't be pulling your hair out. Y'all won't be arguing and fussing back and forth with one another, falling out with one another. The kids won't be almost thrown out the door. You know, you can avoid all that stuff.
You can, yeah, you definitely
when
can.
you command your life.
You're right.
Right.
You're right.
It saves us from being overwhelmed.
That's right.
I'm just being honest with y'all. Y'all tell us what y'all think. This is just
chime in.
Yeah, we're just having a conversation. We don't have all the answers. We just just having the conversation. Because this stuff is real.
Let us know how you deal with overwhelming situations.
Absolutely, absolutely. And don't get us twisted. By all means, everything we do, we go to God first in prayer. That's who we are. We want to let the Lord be our guide. In all things we do, we go to him first, But don't get it twisted. We human, so sometimes we tend to try to do things on our own, whether we willingly try to do it or not. We
Yeah.
tend to think that we can handle it, and that's usually when you get overwhelmed and stressed.
Yeah.
But God gave us a brain for a reason, and our brain is to be utilized to learn how to strategize and put things in perspective
Perspective.
to where you could prioritize this first. Okay, I got a little debt here, so I know I don't need to run this up so crazy because I need to keep it manageable so I can pay it off. Do I really need those new shoes? Do I need those expensive shoes? Do I really,
Do
need
I need this or do I want this?
right? That's a good point. You got to
Know the difference between the two.
yeah, your needs and your wants.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, because a lot of people take their wants and make it need. And then y'all know it's very important to separate your accounts, make your money work for you. Don't make your primary savings account your go-to account for everything that you think you need and want. You need to have your money working for you. If you're trying to get a car, then save up for a car.
Yeah, set that in a separate account.
Yeah, aside.
Yeah.
If you saving up for some wardrobe, save up for that. Those are not emergencies. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be pulling that money right out of your main savings account. You shouldn't just have just this one particular savings account that you just dip in with everything. Then you'll never be able to save nothing because every time you look around, you'll feel like everything supposed to be an emergency. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right.
So listen, you guys, we're getting ready to do these shout outs and we'll be right back at you. All right, it's time for these shout outs once again. Listen, if you're in the Orlando area, New Chief Cornerstone, they are located at 820 South Park Avenue, Winter Garden, Florida, under the leadership of Dr. Clarita M. James and Pastor Norman James. If you're in that Orlando area and you need a church to attend, stop in. Tell them Josh and Sharon sent you. Also, Christ the Redeemer Ministry, 4721 East Moody Boulevard, Palm Coast, Florida, under the leadership of Apostle Robert and Betty Davenport. Listen, stop in. If you're in the Palm Coast area, see Pastor Davenport. Listen, if you want to church here in Tennessee, the Church of Churches, yes, that is none other than New Hope Church of God in Christ, 303 South University Street, under the leadership of Pastor Anthony and Lady Graham. This is a church of churches where you can clap your hands, stomp your feet. Come on to New Hope. Yes, New Hope. Also, we want to just thank everybody that supports us, that always show love to this podcast. We thank you wherever you are. It means the world to us. So keep liking, subscribing, and sharing. All right. Absolutely. So you guys, we hoping that we saying some stuff, today that people like, yeah, you know what, that's right. Time out for being overwhelmed and stressed out about things. It's time to get things in order, prioritize things, write things down. What's important, what's not important. Do some spring cleaning, some things that can be paid off early.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get rid of it, get it out, get it out of there. You know what I
just
mean?
knock it out.
And then just command control. Simple.
That's right.
So yeah, we're excited, and also, in the way of some announcements here, we got, some special things that's coming up that we're getting ready to announce. And we really appreciate you all that have been praying for us and, faithfully supporting this podcast. And we're gonna keep the dream alive, keep the vision going, write the vision, make it plain, keep the vision alive, and we're grateful to you all.
Yeah, we're great.
Absolutely. So you guys, listen, this is a short show today, and we're going to get ready to get up out of here. And stop being stressed out. Stop being overwhelmed, Command your life, command your wealth, command your money, command your life.
Yes, that's right.
Seek God first.
In everything that you do.
Yes, His Spirit will lead you and guide you into all truth and all righteousness. So, we seek God. We're Bible believers over here, and God gave us a brain to use our brain and we don't have to live a rough life. You know what I mean?
That's right.
We don't. We really don't have to live a rough life. We can live a victorious life. I believe that God people can live a victorious life. And stuff ain't just gonna fall out the sky in our lap. Sometimes we have to put forth an effort.
You have to
arrange our life to be what we want it to be. And God's purpose
faith
and
without
plan.
works is dead.
Faith without works is
So
dead.
if you ain't doing nothing,
You ain't gonna
you
be getting
nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. So listen, we hope we said something that make you guys excited today. Yeah, let me see. So listen, we're getting ready to get out of here and tell somebody.
So tell somebody.
Next time Josh and Sharon's on with another episode of Let's Conversate with Josh and Sharon. So until then, deuces.
Bye.